Is that just... yeah, that's very rude. Apparently when I hit the record button, or camcorder mode, it just starts recording. Hello? It's like almost probably midnight, and, anyway. I found less shit lighting now, and I've been messing around with a different way to do... I should look at the actual camera part. A different way to do voice stuff. I came across it, I think I shared it on transriley, which I still need a new name for. Okay, I will wander on less tangents. I put it on there, and it's more about the anatomy of it, and it's less... it's not a falsetto thing, it's not using your tongue, like in this area, underneath your tongue, that muscle area. It's actually pulling the larynx back, I think larynx or whatever. It's constricting where the air comes out when you talk, and more air has a deeper, more masculine voice, less air has a more feminine voice, and that's really what I'm doing now. It's kind of, I'm pulling... I was sort of doing this already, so it was a bit easier for me to pick up on it, but now I know exactly what I'm aiming for. I'm pulling kind of down, like if this is your larynx or whatever, it's like this is the muscle I'm pulling at. I'm pulling it down with it, which kind of straightens it out and flattens it out a bit. You can also pull up, but I'm not quite used to pulling up. That starts to get more into the falsetto range, and it just makes it sound bad and cracky, and you can't go through too many words without practicing. And of course you can't practice every sentence you're going to say with somebody. I've found that just kind of messing around with the muscles back there as I talk and say nonsense words. My favorite nonsense sentence I came up with when I was messing with my voice was, what was it? But Mr. Washington, you've been dead for hundreds of years. How are you possibly representing yourself in the case to take your image off of our currency? And I thought that was hilarious. I just said the whole thing, just made it up as I went along. I told it to somebody and they didn't think it was funny, but I thought it was funny. I'm weird. Anyway, I am, again, it's like midnight, so this is like right after work makeup, and it actually still looks really good, which is why I'm doing a video right now, honestly, because I took a bunch of selfies, some bunch of silly stuff, or whatever. Let's try not to do that. Laser eyes. Anyway. Yeah, so I think that is a bit more of a natural sounding voice, and it's a little easier to sustain and to mess with. I didn't want to like talk about it too much. As soon as I saw the post, I wanted to try it out a bit myself and see how it worked out. And it's more like I can feel it is resonating a little bit here. Like I can feel resonance, because I'll be sure the post, I'll link to the post again with when I post this, but it goes into like resonance, pitch, and tone as the separate things, and it's not, this is messing with, I think resonance is what this is messing with, what I'm doing. That way I can change pitch and tone, so of course tone for tones, and pitch for, actually being able to project my voice, because I'm actually really good at projecting my voice normally because I work in a very loud environment, so in order to even be heard, you have to know how to do that. And it's been a real struggle to maintain that and still sound feminine, or sound however I want to sound, honestly. And I think this is working out for that a lot better. Also, if you've noticed, I'm not holding my phone upright as I do this, because I didn't realize I was falling prey to these stupid black bars. Anyway, too many ums. Count the number of ums. Let me know the number of ums. All these ums count that I've been saying in this sentence. Yeah. Count the number of ums and let me know. I say count the ums, and then I start saying ums and ahs, count both if you want another excuse to go back and watch me blabber on. Convenient thing about this method of recording is I see a timer, and I'm just about at 5 minutes now, which is probably longer than I really needed to go with it. But I think, like, the more, with any voice thing, the more you talk, the more stable it gets. So I wanted to have at least a little bit of time so it could do that. There's another I ran out of stuff, and I guess that's about it. Let me know if you have any understanding of this. Like, I'm not huge, like, I like learning about anatomy stuff, I'm just not good at it. But it was very interesting to read the physical aspect of it, not just the, like, I don't know how to phrase, like, I'm not good at being concise, but I don't know how to articulate this. But breaking it down into actual where the muscles are, what to focus on, what not to focus on, because if you use your tongue, like the muscle under your tongue, that gets worn out, and it cracks a lot, and it's, again, falsetto, a fake voice instead of an actual. This is basically my actual feminine voice, because I'm not changing it up here, I'm changing it down in this area, and it's how I should actually sound, like, naturally, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But if you haven't anymore, if you're like an anatomy student, you took courses or anything like that, or I could probably even drama people or band people, for that same kind of reason, that they need to be able to control this stuff, give your input too. You don't have to, like, really, probably don't have to be trans to give input on this exactly, but that's, of course, if you're in both situations, that's even more context for you to understand, I guess. Anyway, I am adorable, and thank you for watching. Bye.